Many cycles have passed since the first contact with humans. Despite the fact that the first time we met them, they had rather inferior technologies of spacefaring, we still, surprisingly, had a lot to learn from them in other fields. To say that humans are different from us, Thalaxians, is to say nothing. They told us that our biology and even sociological structure reminds them of termites, which is an insectoid species on their home planet, especially the way we cooperate and act as if we are part of one mind. I still can't understand how species as individualistic as humans was able to survive and become dominant on the planet. Even today, they still haven't been able to fully unite and get rid of their division into countries. The conditions on their small blue planet, combined with generations of experience, makes it possible for them to create goods that are unreachable for us on our own arid world. And at the same time, we have resources that they would be more than happy to purchase. And so the interstellar trade began. Per agreement, the ships that transport the goods must have both human and Thalaxian staff on them. It is more than peculiar to see a piece of technology created by two species so distant from each other. But it is even stranger to work on one of those ships with humans and interacting with them on a daily basis. Sir Jack, according to the data, we spend more fuel than necessary without increasing speed. Could you check if it is your engines that are working incorrectly while we check ours? The man behind the desk was working on a human-created computer. He looked at it briefly, obviously looking up something related to engines, and after a short pause answered, "Yep, I'll trace it." "Sorry, I think my translator is working incorrectly. What do you mean by trace?" "Ah, yes, that is a military term. I wanted to say that I will send people to check it." My heart filled with fear. If he was a soldier, how could I not notice it before? Is hiding your true nature part of their training? I looked at him again. He definitely didn't look like a soldier. He was no different from any other human member of the crew. "Military term? I always thought that you were working here as a civilian." "Well, yes, but I used to serve as an engineer on a military spaceship years ago, and after I was discharged, I decided to work as a civilian one." "Discharged? Do you mean you are no longer part of the military?" "Yes. Why is that so surprising to you?" "Because soldiers, as I imagine them, cannot be former. You are born a soldier and you die a soldier. Soldiers are not suitable for any other job, and they can only cause problems when they are, for some reason, located among civilian population." Jack suddenly folded the skin on his forehead in a way I had never seen before. It looked so menacing and scary that I involuntarily took a step back. "We are not born soldiers, we become them, and at our own will at that." "Why would you ever want to become a soldier? I am sorry, but it just sounds so illogical and strange." "Well, at the time I thought military would give me an opportunity to get a good education in a developing field without me having to pay for it." "I wouldn't agree to become a soldier even if they proposed me everything I ever wanted in my entire life." "Neither would I." An awkward pause hung between us. "Have you ever been in real combat?" "Yes. It was a war against Martian rebels who wanted nothing more than to become independent from Earth's unfair taxes. I was a part of many things that I am not proud of, and I have lost a good many friends. In the end, we still weren't able to succeed. Mars has achieved its independence." "It sounds horrifying. How were you able to just forget about it all and live a normal life afterwards?" Jack smiled, and even I as a Thalaxian was able to understand that it was not a sign of happiness. "I haven't, and never will. It is the burden that all former soldiers carry with them. Now, what were you saying about those engines?" We talked a little more, mostly about the work, and when I was walking in the corridor of the ship, I finally understood how humans were able to survive despite being so individualistic. The member of the species that can adapt to life after war can adapt to anything, and that is the main strength of the humans.